Greetings, Bella. How are you, girl? What you doing? What up, Lock Me Up, Mina? What up, Charming? Pretty Chocolate, Ramona. What up, Cameron? Miss Poison Ivy, welcome. Welcome. What up, Toya Gang Gang? What up, Jeek? So unique. Welcome, Vanilla 45. Hey, Miss Gemini Goddess. I'm good. How are y'all doing? What up, Shanae? You up just chilling? I know it's late. Jessica called me Quatita. Gratitude. Greetings, y'all. Gaia. Man, some of y'all have been with me for a very long time, man. What up, Sheenette? That's actually one of my sister's name. If I'm pronouncing it right, I have a sister named Shanette. Oh, what it do? Got his Kodak aligning. You thought about me? Welcome, Rara. What up, Arnold? Yes, gratitude, Jessica. Welcome. Amber B, Michaela, Tari. What up, Odessa? Man, I was just sitting here. I just cleaned out my tub actually, and I was thinking, and I was like, man, I should do a story time. I don't know how the story time gonna go, but is y'all up for a story time? What up, rapper? Welcome. What up, Chanel? Listen, um, mods, if you see the foolishness in the chat, time a motherfucker out. If they come back with the same foolishness, like these letters, go on and get them up through. We gonna have fun. We gonna do story time. All right, Shanae. What up, Antonio? Trina. So, what up, Audria? Stephanie. Greatest Valerie. So this is my story time. This is called Dark Vader, the Hood Hero. Am I in the bed? No. I'm on my couch. So there was this little boy. He grew up. His name was, they called him Dark Vader, but sometimes he went by DV. Because as he got older, they started calling him DV. But growing up, they just called him Dark Vader. As he got a little older, he was kind of known for knocking niggas' heads off. So they began to call him DV. He thought it was cute. You know what I'm saying? Because DV, domestic violence, like he was known for knocking niggas' koofies loose. He grew up in the hood, you know what I mean? And he didn't always have much, but growing up the way he grew up, his grandmother made sure he had been introduced to the church. So he kind of had that under his belt, whether that was right or wrong. He had it under his belt. His mom was she was a pretty good mom, you know what I mean? He had siblings. They didn't always have much because sometimes mom had some other shit going on, you know what I'm saying? But he loved and he respected his mom. still on top of everything. As he started to, get older and shit, he moving around the hood. He became known. Quite a few people began to, know him and shit because he liked to put on skits. Because he thought one day that maybe he'd be an actor. So he would put on skits and, he'd make motherfuckers laugh, but he also had a temper. He was like, that's what I said, he was known as DV. Like, Dark Vader. Plus, like if it got too raunchy, too wrong for him, the DV would turn into Dark, Dark Vader. And he'd come through the motherfucking alleyways and shit, creep up on you, lights off. Like he didn't play no motherfucking games. So, but he was known as Dark Vader. And again, it depends on if he was Dark Vader or DV. You know what I mean? He had two sides. Um, but, you know, if you knew him, you knew him and you knew he was just a cool ass motherfucking dude, man, who loved acting. He wanted to be an actor, you know what I mean? In the hood it wasn't always cool and shit, but niggas loved when he did voices and skits, and he would also do story time and shit, and niggas like that. But he had a secret that he didn't always tell people. Like he had two secrets, but sometimes they were one secret. Like he would dream, and sometimes he would see shit in his dreams, and he wouldn't write it down, but he would take note of what it was. Um, like it was almost like the dreams were prophetic in such a way, you know what I'm saying? So he would pay attention, but life goes on, and he's getting older, and because he was out here, young boy, knocking niggas' heads off, just trying to get him an acting gig. He felt like it was time for him to be a man because, according to his family, mom and shit, like it wasn't always cool, in the lifestyle that he was living. He wanted to come in late and, not really do what was required, at home and shit. Um, so he had like a dream where he had it was kind of like a prophetic vision actually. He knew his father was gonna pass. That was difficult. He wasn't sure, because he ain't never experienced it in real time like that. He had never, seen like the visions manifest the way that had, because he just had a feeling. It was a dream, and the way the dream went, he could only like put two and two together, and it became prophetic for him. You know what I'm saying? So once his father passed, it was like it was crushing for him. And so he really understood and realized at that point, like it was time for him to leave his mama's house. Even though, his mama didn't want him to, but she already understood too. The lifestyle that he was living could have put everybody in the house in danger. He had two sisters and a brother. We'd say he had two sisters and a brother. And so he already knew, and he was like, he wasn't gonna stop living a life because he had become immune to the shit. You feel me? He was Dark Vader, nigga. He was the hood hero, because some of the shit he was finding himself into wasn't always his shit, you know, because he was the hood hero. He would take up for people, he would say what was right and what wasn't right, you know. But if push came to shove, he was gonna do whatever that needed to be done. Meanwhile, you know, he was kind of just trying to find his way. And so he liked girls, he had an eye for the girlies, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't always cool, you know what I'm saying? So either they were scared of him, or, they didn't want to be dealing with him because, he wasn't no big dope dealer in the hood. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a cool motherfucker. Every time you seen Dark Vader, like, DV was smiling. He had a story for you, tell you some fly ass shit, and then he ain't gonna let nobody fuck with you. He was just that kind of motherfucking guy, you know. So as time went on, he would go and he would audition, and he would try out for like different movies and trying to get, skits, but he didn't have a lot of money to travel and do shit. So he had reached out to one of his homeboys, who was staying with his baby mama. And homeboy was just like, you my nigga, the shit you did for me, you could just stay here for real. And for real, he ain't want to, what I'm saying, because he already knew how some niggas get down, and but he stayed there for a little minute, and he was just starting to like find like plays and commercials, and he was just trying to find his motherfucking way, but it's still like the hood was hooding, you know what I mean? Like, DV was coming out more and more, you know what I'm saying? Like, so instead of his story time and his storylines, he was getting known, you know, as DV. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already knew like he was not to be fucked with. So he wasn't worried about that. But you know what I'm saying? He was. So it was a few niggas in the hood. It was his niggas, He was, like I said, he was a cool guy. And he would stand up for anybody. He'd stand up for what was right, because that's the way he was raised. That's the way he was taught, was to stand up for what was right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he had the motherfucking secrets, which was, he would dream some shit. He would see shit in dreams. And sometimes the shit that he would see in dreams would manifest inside of prophecy. But also, when he's in his waking state, his stomach would tell him. Like, he would get like a pain in his stomach, like his stomach would hurt. It would tell him like if a motherfucker wasn't no good. So he would start noticing that. Um, I would say maybe when he got to be like 18, 17, 18 years old, he started noticing like he would see niggas' face change from time to time. That was his way of understanding that he had a connection to spirit. So when he would see niggas' face change, he called it spotting the demon. So when he would spot the demon, he already knew. Crazy part is he had started to befriend the niggas where he saw the demons come up at. Because he already knew that these niggas was on the same time that he would be on. Okay. So he understood, but he also knew that sometimes them demons came with other shit. Now he came up with a whole bunch of niggas, you know what I'm saying? He was cool. But all of a sudden, jealousy started to kick in. He couldn't understand why, because, shit, he was still just at his homeboy girlfriend house, you know what I'm saying, baby mama house type shit. So he ended up having to go from there to another homeboy, mama house. And you know what I'm saying, sometimes he would go on and just copy him a room and be staying in a hotel and shit. He was just moving about, like, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make his way. So one day, one of his partners had invited him down to this college party. And you know what I'm saying? Like, at this time, he's starting to feel himself. You know what I'm saying? He hollering at girls and shit. He just trying to, he trying to come into himself. Like I said, he's a cool guy. Motherfuckers, he got charisma and people like him, and he's cool and he smile a lot and he make motherfuckers laugh. And the simple fact that he could do that was starting to turn niggas' stomach. You know, he understood that not everybody like when you got, you know what I'm saying, a reputation. So some of those smiles was turning to frowns and shit. Then like the little girlies, they was seeing him, you know what I'm saying? He was becoming known, DV becoming known around the hood. You know what I mean? Now he's starting to get a little money, you know what I'm saying? He sells shoes. He found the love to where he knew how to like fix up shoes and shit. He know how to do that. So now he hustling shoes. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting to get a little money. He ain't always, he got to recycle a couple outfits, you know what I'm saying? But he was charming, you know what I'm saying? If you got to know Dark Vader, then you knew who he was. But a lot of niggas was happy to know DV, and so because of that, the girlie seeing him, he's slanging the shoes. It was starting to sour some niggas' stomach, you know what I mean? And niggas was trying to try him, but he wasn't on that kind of time. He just let shit go. But sometimes he had to do what the fuck he had to do. Point blank, period. So at this one time, he was staying with one of his homeboys. Like I said, he had this little hustle. He was getting shoes where he was restoring shoes and shit. He was turning like he could turn Sykes into Nikes. You hear me? Like he could do some shit with the shoes. He would paint on them. He would do what they need to be done. He could, like, if they was old and dusty looking, he knew how to bring them back because he came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he found out how to, like, if he couldn't afford to buy new shoes, he started like restoring his own shoes. That's how he started. So because niggas were trying to laugh at him, talk about his Tims and shit, talking about his Air Force Ones. So he would figure out how to restore them. So people was thinking he had different pairs of shoes, but he was tricking out his own motherfucking shoes. So niggas had found that out, so they started fucking with him on that. So he was racking up mad shoes, bro. He was racking up mad shoes. He had put all his shoes in a motherfucking closet, because he was staying with his homeboy now, another one. This is probably like the third, fourth motherfucker he was staying with and just trying to make his way. Like I said, from time to time he would stay at a hotel though, because he started fucking with girls, women, you know what I'm saying? Some older women, some his age, you know what I'm saying? College students. So he was fucking with some. So sometimes he would stay at a hotel, just to, and then, he was trapping out of that with the shoes. You feel me? That's where, because he didn't want to bring people to where he stayed at. So he was like slinging the shoes out the motherfucking hotel. So he was trapping shoes out the hotel. So one night he had stayed out at the motherfucking hotel with some chick he was fucking with named Baby Doll. So Baby Doll, he had been at the hotel. He had stayed at the hotel for like 24, 48 hours. Like, he was just in it. Just in it. Like, when he got back home, his homeboy was sitting there. He had the womp womp face. He asked him, like, what the fuck going on? And he like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. He like, you sorry? Like, what the fuck? He was like, man, I don't even know. And then, like, I had let my cousin come over here while I went to work. When I came back, like, the TV was gone, and I was just walking through the house to make sure if anything else was gone. I realized the nigga had stole all your shoes out the motherfucking closet. Now that sounded fishy to him because he knew his homeboy never let nobody come over the house. You know what I mean? Like, he already knew that about him, but somebody had already kept telling him like his homeboy was grimy and was trying to pull his coattail to him, but he kept saying no, no, no. This is one of the first times that he realized that like his homeboys, some of these niggas wasn't your friends, they was foes to you, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of realized that shit, like, oh, okay, well, like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, but what I'm gonna do? Like, well, what's your cousin name? And he didn't want to tell him because he kept saying, that's my family. So it was like, well, damn, he almost wanted to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his money. That's how he made his motherfucking money. And so he felt like his homeboy was lying to him. He felt like he had sold that shit and then just did the TV to make it look good. But he really felt like he took all his motherfucking shoes and he had sold them, because he had already told him like, when I get back from the hotel, I'm gonna go on and cut you, break you off of what the, because rent was coming up. He already told him like, I'm gonna do that for you. You know what I'm saying? But he had a conversation with him. They had already had a conversation, but he just kind of was looking at him like some shit was off. But anyway, he wanted to hold somebody accountable, but because his homeboy didn't want to tell him, who his cousin was, he kind of felt like he should hold him responsible for it. But just so he didn't have to fucking do that, he went on ahead and moved out. So he just started staying at the hotel for real permanently, until he could go on and, do something different. So he would fuck with Baby Doll, but he would fuck with a few other bitches too, So it wasn't like him and Baby Doll was just, like just one on one. Like they wasn't just in a monogamous relationship. He had other dealings, Plus he was still trying to get roles on TV shows. He was still trying to make his way into the movie industry. He was trying to break through, and he wasn't no bad looking guy, you know what I'm saying? He was nice looking. So he knew that he had what it took because he was a good actor. He story time, like he was known in the hood for that shit. So he ended up going to one of these college parties, and with his homeboys, and they was pulling on females and shit. But he had ended up meeting a couple niggas too while he was up there, because like I said, he was known. So you know, one of them had approached him like, ain't you that nigga DV? And he was like, yeah. He was like, man, I got some hookups in the movie industry. I got what it takes to help you to, what I'm saying, break through, and I might be able to get you in a couple acting gigs. He like, oh, all right, well, what I'm saying, we can holler. We can see what's going on with it, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, you want to drink? He like, no, well, I don't really drink. He like, oh, you smoke? He like, no, I don't really smoke either. He's like, I get money. He realized he was like, oh, this nigga is one of them. Like, okay, cool. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, cause he might drink or smoke from time to time, you know what I'm saying? But, he liked to drink, so that was his thing. But he saw old boy he didn't really drink or smoke, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool with him. Um, so he introduced himself. He was like, all right, well, we can do something. He said, what's your name? He said, my name is Johnny Smalls. He was like, okay, Johnny Smalls, all right. He's like, I'm gonna call you John John. He was like, oh, nigga. He was like, my name Johnny Smiles. He was like, yeah, but nigga, I call you John John. So he was like, all right, well, that's cool. Fuck it. Like, you got that. Like, you can call me that. So, because again, he had heard DV's reputation. You know what I'm saying? So, but DV wasn't even on that type of time. He was just gonna look at him like, that's his homie. Like he gonna make him his homie. He kind of liked the time that he was on. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to see if he could get him in some movies and shit. So that's what the fuck he did. Like he started calling places. He'd call him like, DV, nigga, I think I got you into this role. Like he's like, you got to come and audition. So DV was showing up, like he was showing up. You know what I'm saying? So he would start acting. He had a few roles. He was in a couple commercials type shit. You know, it was a hood play. He went in. He got in that. So now on top of him being the shoe man, DV, now he's also in all of these little hood movies. So, it's some shit on YouTube. They putting on little, what I'm saying, web shows. So he getting his name out there. Everybody knowing Dark Vader for real. You know what I'm saying? So they doing their damn thing. So some of the hood niggas was a little salty. You know what I'm saying? They felt like this nigga, how the fuck he come up? He think he doing something, but he already had a homeboy, that he had came up in the hood with, that we had already did a couple movies. You know what I'm saying? And so homeboy that he had did the movies with, had did the movies. He didn't put him on. That homeboy name was Gremlin. So Gremlin hadn't put him on, but he had been in like two or three movies himself, little hood movies, you know what I'm saying? Type shit, like some hood movies like You Got the Hookup type shit. It would be some hood movies like that, you know. But he had asked him a couple times, like, to see about getting him a role or whatever. But, Gremlin kept telling him, like, no, I'll put you on, you know what I'm saying? I'll put you on, don't worry about it. So when Gremlin find out that Dark Vader is now in some movies, he'd been on YouTube, all kind of shit, like he in his feelings, but he was still, he was still cool with him. Well, this big ass producer had said that he wanted, both of them to star in the motherfucking movie. So then the producer come the fuck in. Um, and he was known in the movie industry for a lot of movies, you know what I'm saying? Like he had produced several movies, he had written a few movies. We're gonna call him Dinka. So Dinka was known for writing and producing movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't like no little YouTube shit. He was known for writing big movies, and but he also had a motherfucking reputation like DV, right? But ain't nobody looking at that, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody just trying to get in a motherfucking movie. They already knew that if Dinka put you in a motherfucking movie, bitch, you about to pop, and so he was telling them he wanted to put them both in the movie and shit. Like he didn't know if he was gonna put them both in the same movie or if he was gonna put them in two different movies. So they both was cool with it, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, DV, he started, him and Johnny Smiles, like they started making waves. Johnny felt like, you know, maybe they need to bring somebody else in to help with the image. So they go and get this chick named Monica. Monica was a hood bitch, but Monica was good with correcting images. She knew how to dress a motherfucker, style a motherfucker, that kind of thing. So they went and got Monica or whatever. So Monica now on the motherfucking team and shit. Johnny doing his thing outside of Dinka. Johnny still getting DV in some roles, so he playing his part, he doing his shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but DV like being the hood hero, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he knew, you know what I'm saying? He loved being in the motherfucking hood. Like, shit, he still had his motherfucking shoe game going. He still would do his story time. Like, he was doing his motherfucking thing, so all of a sudden, all of a sudden, Gremlin was talking shit. It was an interview. Gremlin had did a motherfucking interview, and DV seen it, got word of it, heard it. Like, damn, I thought we was better than it. Thought we was cool, But when he looked at the interview, Dinka was standing there, and he like, damn, business is business. I ain't gonna even let that shit, sway me one way or another. Like, niggas still gonna be in the motherfucking movie. It's cool. It's whatever. Meanwhile, Baby Doll had then called him and let him know that she motherfucking pregnant. So at this point, Baby Doll probably like 6 months in the pregnancy and shit. So they just like trying to, make some shit happen. At this point, DV already know, like, damn, got baby on the way. It's his first son. He got baby on the way. He got shit to do, right? So boom, okay. So he had been fucking with another chick though, named Mina. Mina didn't call him. Now at this point, like I said, Baby Doll was like 6, 7 months pregnant. Now Mina didn't call and say she pregnant. She like 6 weeks. He like, damn, how that shit happened back to motherfucking back. Like crazy shit. So meanwhile, the shoe game is doing well. Movies, YouTube is popping. Um, Dinka keep telling him like, man, squash shit. Don't let this shit, bother you. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. It is what it is. Now he keep telling him that. Dinka keep telling him that. But meanwhile, he already didn't heard um that Gremlin had done some motherfucking dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only just did this one interview, but Gremlin keep doing interviews talking about DV. DV like, what? Like, this nigga don't know? Like, okay. All right, no problem, no problem. Like, so he trying to let it go, but he had, you know, who he was as Dark Vader, DV. He had already sent word, you know what I'm saying? Like, important inside of one of his story times, he had already let the shit out, like, let Gremlin know that when I see him, it's on sight. So he like, fuck that nigga. I ain't scared of that nigga. That nigga think he a Dark Vader, but I'm real gremlin. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, don't feed me after midnight. I turn into a monster. Like, so everybody knew who DV was. Motherfuckers didn't really fear Gremlin. They didn't even know why the fuck he was calling himself Gremlin. Like, nigga, yeah, nigga, you've done some things, but you ain't done no things. You know what I'm saying? Like, your homeboys you be with do shit. You ain't the one to really do shit. Your homeboys do shit. So DV wasn't even tripping for real. He was laughing at the shit. Meanwhile, Dinka had came to him and told him, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and sign you in this motherfucking movie, but you gotta let me know that you really rocking with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't put you in a movie and you fucking betray me, like, you don't, you know what I'm saying? So he like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a loyal motherfucker, like, I'm good, I'm good. So he like, cool, cool, cool. So meanwhile, Johnny Smalls, man, he out and about chilling. He with his girlfriend, just leaving the motherfucking mall. And who does he see? Gremlin. Him and Gremlin have some motherfucking words. They get into a little tussle or whatever. And so it's like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? So now they knowing that it's real beef. You know what I'm saying? It's real beef out in the motherfucking hood heroes. You know what I'm saying? So DV like, oh, all right. Like, I don't even know why you went to him to John when really you keep saying you got beef with me. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know why the fuck you got beef with me, nigga. We supposed to be doing this motherfucking movie. They don't know that behind the scenes that Dinka is putting out a whole bunch of bullshit. Dinka is playing two roles in this motherfucker. Dinka's over there whispering in Gremlin's ear, but he keep coming back also, like, dropping little subliminals in DV's ear. He ain't really doing the fuck shit with DV that he's doing over there with Gremlin. He's really knowing that he can get in Gremlin's head. He playing that role over there. So he's dropping a whole bunch of shit in Gremlin's ear. You know, Gremlin going for it because he want motherfuckers to think that he is just as hard as motherfucking DV. Which is why when he saw John, he like, where your boy at? Where your boy at? He was like, man, I'm out with my lady. I ain't even on that shit. So, after that, they waiting. John sitting there waiting on a motherfucking valet to pull up. They get into the tussle or whatnot. So DV sent word. He like, when I see you, Gremlin, it's on sight, my nigga. Like, he like, whatever. So they end up doing two different movies. They decided they ain't gonna do the same movie. DV was all right with being in the same movie, but Gremlin kept telling Dinka like, "Nah, I don't want to be in a movie with that nigga. Like, he ain't on my level. He ain't getting the kind of money that I'm getting for these movies. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing what the fuck I'm doing." So Dinka like cool, but Dinka thought he was smart. He already knew, you know what I'm saying, I can market them separately. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting paid from you, I'm getting paid from you, and I'm gonna market you motherfuckers separately. You feel me? So but he also knew, you know what I'm saying, like it's other shit involved, you know. So DV, he's just living his motherfucking life, living my life like it's gold. And, you know, again, now he really pushing his shoes. He got a little shoe line getting ready to come out and shit. He getting money. Like, you know, now he's looking at doing commercials, you know, for the shoes and shit. So Johnny come to him, little Johnny Smalls. He come to him and he tell him like, listen, I know we getting ready to do this movie with Dinka, but I'm getting all kind of offers from different studios, and you know what I'm saying, they want you to move out to California. You know what I'm saying? He like, hell no. Hell no. We gonna stay right the fuck where I'm at. Like, hell no. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't mind going somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and doing other shit, but I ain't getting ready to move and do shit. Like, we can work with other producers and film directors, you know, writers. Like, we can work with some people, but I ain't trying to move, you know what I'm saying? Baby doll pregnant, Mina pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he had another little honey too, you know what I'm saying? So he just trying to get his shit together. Meanwhile, he's acting, you know what I'm saying? He's being seen now, you know, he's getting known, which is really souring Gremlin's stomach. So, you know, for whatever reason, Gremlin ain't paying attention to his own motherfucking career, you know what I'm saying? So every chance he get, he feel like he doing something. So one day, Gremlin is like, he's also leaving the mall because that nigga like to stay in the mall. So he leaving the mall. Um, he's leaving the mall and he don't know, like, he leave the mall, he grab him something to eat. He's with his little girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Some little chick he done picked up that ain't really his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? He trying to stunt and show her that he the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he getting money. So he run across one of his homeboys. They out, they driving fast, racing and shit. So because he doing all of this, he ain't paying attention that DV been following him the whole motherfucking night. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden, his homeboy, they slap hands. He like, all right, nigga. Like, I see you later. So as his homeboy pull off, he at the light. Gremlin is at the light. He's probably like 2, 3 blocks from his house. You know, he's trying to go flex with old girl. All of a sudden, a car pull up with no lights on and just let loose. It was DV. He never fucking seen him coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got hit, but he ain't die. You know what I'm saying? Oh girl, she didn't get hit at all. Like, she was hellified blissed. You know what I'm saying? So car pull off, boom, gone. Like, he don't know what the fuck, but he already knew who the fuck it probably was because Dark Vader, when Dark Vader come, that's another reason why he got that name. You know, like, even though he was Dark Vader when he was little, they start calling him DV. But if he had to creep up on you, nigga, like, he came in the dark. You never seen this nigga coming, so he was now Dark Vader. You know what I'm saying? So nigga go to the hospital and shit. You know, he come back out. He he all over YouTube, like, yeah, I'm about to be in another movie. Nigga thought he did something. He ain't do shit. I'm still here breathing. Me and Dink about to go to our movie premiere, you know. And so he had a homeboy, like, so he introducing his homeboy. So now him and his homeboy always kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like he used his homeboy, like his homeboy was going, you know what I'm saying, like, be his buffer or some shit. Like, so he got the homeboy name is Cha Cha. So him and Cha Cha, they always together now. You know what I'm saying? Like, now he's using all of that as ammunition to pump up his motherfucking, like, his reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the big bad motherfucking wolf and shit. They don't have nothing to do with motherfucking DV. He don't give a fuck. Like he did what he did, and he back selling his motherfucking shoes. He getting ready to open up his shoe store. You know what I'm saying? He done found a few um dudes who do tattoos, but now he showed them how to restore the shoes. So now they got restoring of the shoes, plus they just have a legitimate shoe company where you could just come in and buy the shoes if you want to, or you can bring the restored shoes that paint your shit. Like, tattoo artists, he got them, doing some shit for the shoes. So all of this is going on. So he is getting ready to do another movie like with Dinka. Like him and Dinka is doing a few movies together. You know what I'm saying? Because he still don't know that Dinka playing both roles. He double funding like a motherfucker. He acting like he on his team, but he also acting like he on Gremlin's team. But he keep telling DV like it's about this money, nigga. Got to get this money, nigga. Like that's what it is. Like I ain't got no more love for you than I got for that nigga. Like I love my kids. It's my kids, nigga. It's about my kids. So DV, he got babies on the way. He done had the babies and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mina getting ready to be due any day now. He already got the son, you know what I'm saying? So he just like, shit, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because now he already know he gonna do whatever the fuck for his kids, so he understood that shit, you know. Meanwhile, he throwing his mama some money now, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to just give back. He trying to help because, he understood, his mama struggling, you know what I'm saying? But he want to make sure she good and shit. So he done taught his brother how to do the motherfucking shoes too, just to get some legitimate money. So now he doing the shoes, too. So he got him working with him at the shoe store too. So he kind of got him over the shoe company or whatever. So meanwhile, he's still doing some movies and shit. So um the little beef still going on. So all of a sudden he see another motherfucking video that there was them been made by Cha Cha. Cha Cha was talking that one shit like niggas riding in the dark, but sometimes nigga, you think you're in the dark, that shit come to light. He was like, and the light that I got, I lighted the sky. He's like, oh, for real? He's like, oh, these niggas like they want to play. So he like, cool. He don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he do. He like, I don't know why these niggas just won't let me make my motherfucking movies. I don't know why they won't let me just make my shoes. Meanwhile, he's still doing story time. Niggas love to come to his house because now he got a house. You know what I'm saying? So niggas love to come to his motherfucking house. He always got his homeboys over there. They smoking, they drinking. He doing story time. They laughing, they kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, he didn't came in contact with a new nigga that stepped into the role. You know what I'm saying? Like he got Johnny Smalls, him and Johnny Smalls, they doing whatever the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? He don't see that Johnny is jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because Johnny don't have the same charisma as DV. DV ain't looking at it like that because that's his homie. You know what I'm saying? They done made a money together. You know what I'm saying? Johnny stepped in and did what the fuck he told DV that he could fucking do. He did that shit. But he ain't looking at DV is happy doing what he doing. He love what he's doing. But Johnny, he's kind of seething in the background because he have bigger dreams. His dreams, he want to do more and more shit. You know what I'm saying? So he want to he don't just want to like him starring in movies. Johnny want to make the movies. He want to produce the movies. He's starting to be on his Tyler Perry shit. He want to open up a studio. You know what I'm saying? He want apparel. He see that DV got his shoes and he like, nigga, like we can have shoe stores in every city. He like, yeah, but I like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just do this. Let me just open up my shoe store the way I'm about to do it. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting to peep that Johnny is doing some flaky shit. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, so my man's like he stepped in and did what the fuck he said he was gonna do. Like, I know the fuck he ain't moving weird like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was. But he was. So Johnny is starting to feel some type of way because DV got a new, little partner. He came, he met him on a movie set. They call him Stallion. So Stallion and DV, now they kicking it. You know what I'm saying? But they all kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like ain't nobody even paying attention that Johnny is seething. Johnny is like wanting to do more and more. He's feeling jealous. He's feeling like he's being pushed out. You know what I'm saying? He feeling like his motherfucking position in DV's life is being challenged. Stallion ain't thinking about that shit. Stallion just like, nigga, let's cut up, let's have fun, let's fuck hoes, let's get these bitches, let's make some money. Like let's you know what I'm saying, let's go to the premiere of these movies, like all of us, you know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, Stallion is looking at Johnny like, this some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers already know who DV and how DV coming, bro. So DV got a new movie. He been on the set. He been working hard, bro. He been working hard. So he had to fly out because where this movie was being shot at was not where the fuck he was at. You know what I'm saying? They over in Alabama, and that ain't where the motherfucking movie is. You know what I'm saying? He from the motherfucking South. He in Alabama, but he gotta go all the way to motherfucking Timbuktu to motherfucking film this movie. So he go, you know what I'm saying? But it just so happened that a couple of bitches that he had been fucking with, you know what I'm saying, they all kind of had grew up together, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't sure, but he was sure. Cause again, when he look at certain motherfuckers, he see the demons on their face. And then if he see the demons and he have the dream, he already knew what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? So he was paying attention, but he wasn't paying attention. You know. So he saw it, but he didn't see it. So he had a feeling like, oh, I don't really trust her. You know what I'm saying? But trust is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't really trust a little broad or whatever. So he already had some type of feeling. He ain't know. You know what I'm saying? That she had an affiliation with Johnny Smalls. You feel me? Like she was fucking with a partner of Johnny Smalls. Like she was fucking with one of his homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know that. DV didn't know that shit, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around was moving weird as fuck. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Meanwhile, he done had the premiere of his shoe store. He opened that. He working on his new motherfucking movie. He had a few movies coming out. You know, Dinka had put him in a few movies. He had some guest starring roles in some other movies. You know what I'm saying? Like he was really out here doing his thing. He making his money and shit. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? He had another little beef. Cha Cha had said some shit. He did what he did. You know, he had to cut his lights off. He had to cut his lights off one more motherfucking time. He did that. Cut his lights off. You know, niggas was standing around smoking, drinking out there. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how they was getting ready to sign a new movie deal. Like they was gonna sign like a movie deal, but it was gonna be two movies. You know what I'm saying? Back to back with Dinka. And Dinka had put them on with a few other, movie producers and directors, and they had been to some of these parties. They just outside shooting the shit. Nobody is paying attention that here come DV with the motherfucking lights off, bitch. He's creeping up the motherfucking street. Now, when he come, bitch, he come by his motherfucking self. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's usually by himself. This night, he was Stallion. You know what I'm saying? So DV on the passenger side, Stallion is motherfucking driving. Man, they come with the lights off. Boom. Ain't nobody paying attention. So they come up the street. I mean, bullets is going everywhere. Cha Cha got hit, but he didn't die. So Cha Cha all in the hospital. He crying. You know what I'm saying? His leg fucked up and shit. Like it's crazy. Like so he vowed to get motherfucking revenge, you know what I'm saying? Because DV is silly. So DV is out, he ain't paying no attention. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So he getting ready to go and, work on his movie some more because it's gonna take 6 to 8 months for him to film this motherfucking movie. So he flying back and forth. Meanwhile, he didn't did a motherfucking story time, bitch. So he got all his niggas at his motherfucking house, and he doing story time, and he didn't really give a fuck that nobody was filming. So they filming, he all on YouTube doing story time, they drinking, laughing. He talking about how a motherfucker didn't know that DV was coming. He didn't turn from DV to Dark Vader, and he didn't hit the lights on the motherfucker. So now motherfuckers is in their feelings, you know what I'm saying, because they felt like, oh, you trying to be funny. So he done vowed, revenge on DV. Well, it was so many motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, that was now hating because the way that he was moving and the way he came up, and he was so nonchalant and he didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a fuck. His shoes was selling, you know what I'm saying? Celebrities was coming to shop at his shoe store. You know what I'm saying? Now he got apparel in that motherfucker. Meanwhile, Johnny Smalls is still pissed off because he just still handling paperwork. He really want his own everything. He want to be Tyler Perry. He want his own apparel. You know what I'm saying? But he can't get his hand in there the way he want to. And every time he go to DV keeps shutting him down. Like, we'll talk about it. So now he see the way that DV and Stallion is moving. So now he really getting jealous. He really in his motherfucking feelings now. So it's almost one of those moments, just like on Paid in Full. When Rico kept asking Money Making Mitch, like, let's do some work, and he like, I'm a holler at you about it. So then when they get Sonny, remember when they get Sonny and he go to him, he's like, you got keys in there? He like, yeah. So he remember what he did? He shot and killed Money Making Mitch. It's kind of one of them motherfucking things, you know what I'm saying? So he looking and he feeling like his position in DV life is motherfucking threatened like a motherfucker, because now DV is looking at other options and talking to other producers and your directors, and just trying to see where he can make his career go, because he had already saw that Johnny Smalls was moving motherfucking weird as fuck. So he like, hell no, like, I might have to jump ship, because so much shit has been coming to him. And now, where he had never seen the demon on him, he now seen the demon on Johnny Smalls. That fucked him up. So then he had a dream. That was the second thing. He like, fuck, I didn't seen the demon on him, and I didn't had the motherfucking dream. So he already knew this nigga was now pretty much what we could say infected with the demon. You know what I'm saying? So now he already know, like, it's like it's do or die. You feel me? It's do or die at this point. He don't know that at some point Dinka and Johnny Smalls then had conversations. You know what I'm saying? And because Johnny Smalls had been jealous of him the whole time and feeling like, you know what I'm saying, he could pull the same bitches and, the shit that he was doing, he didn't never see, DV never saw that a couple of the no-name bitches that he was fucking with have been talking to um Dinka and Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Dinka and Johnny had been in their ears whispering, because, like I said, they knew some of the niggas that she had been fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So they telling her, this is what we gonna do. It wasn't like a quick right away thing. You know what I'm saying? It was the more and more Johnny was feeling some type of way, and Dinka was feeling some type of way, plus playing the role, because there was so much shit involved in it. A motherfucker was feeling like, shit, we might be able to eat in a completely different way if we get this nigga out the way. You know what I'm saying? So they started hatching a plan. But they already knew that, you know what I'm saying, if you saw DV, you saw Stallion. You feel me? So they like, shit, we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta move Stallion around. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna have to find a motherfucking place for Stallion to be. So they do whatever they do to make sure the Stallion out the way. Meanwhile, DV, he flying back and forth because he gotta finish up this motherfucking movie. So the movie is like pretty much finished. He didn't went, he did his last few roles in the motherfucking movie, his last few scenes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't had a party out that motherfucker and everything, like, you know. And so pretty much now they got to go to the editor, and you know what I'm saying, they got to do whatever the fuck they got to do to the movie before it come out, you know. So, but Dinka started thinking, you know what I mean? He like, shit, I already know that motherfucker sometimes is worth more dead than alive. So he already thinking, plus he was already jealous hearted too, because you know what I'm saying, when a motherfucker starts saying DV's name over Dinka, you know what I'm saying, he already in his motherfucking feelings. Plus he always looking for a different way to eat. Cause he, you know what I'm saying, he's Dinka. He's grimy as fuck, but didn't nobody know that. He seen a demon on him. You know what I'm saying? But that was another reason why he fucked with him, because he seen the demon on him. You know what I'm saying? So when he had the dream, he didn't realize that the demon with the cloak, because he had a dream about demons with the black cloak that was coming to get him. He was just assuming that it was Cha Cha and Gridlin. You know what I'm saying? He ain't know that Dinka was the motherfucking demon with the cloak on. You know what I'm saying? So then when he seen Johnny with the demon, and he knew that he had already had the dream, and see, in the dream, the demon with the cloak, he had somebody up under, like under the cloak. So DV couldn't even see who the fuck was under the cloak, but he knew it was somebody else there. But you know how you have a feeling somebody else there, but you can't really see it, but you know. So then when he seen the demon on Johnny, he had a suspicion that it was Johnny under the cloak, but he could not prove it because he wasn't even looking at Dinka like that. He knew Dinka had the motherfucking demon on him, but he was like, shit, we getting this money, so I know Dinka ain't getting ready to do no fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, he's still thinking that it's just Gremlin and Cha Cha. He don't even know that it's the bitches. He don't even know that it's motherfucking Dinka. He don't even know that it's motherfucking Johnny Smalls. He don't even know none of this shit, right? He don't even know that it's a few other hood niggas that's in it too. He don't know none of this, but he know, but he don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he come back, you know what I'm saying, from shooting the movie. He usually go to his house, but he decided this night he gonna go to the motherfucking hotel where he used to take baby doll. You know what I'm saying? So instead of him going home, he go to the hotel because a couple of the little no name bitches had been blowing them up, you know, before he even got off the motherfucking plane. And she like, you know what I'm saying, like, I know you trying to get this head, and he a sucker for head. You know what I'm saying? He a sucker for that shit. So he go to the hotel. She pull up. She was, you know what I'm saying, she was looking all right, you know what I'm saying, because that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? Now, this little no name bitch, she ain't Mina, she ain't baby doll. They not really had the motherfucking babies, you know what I'm saying? They already felt like they were secure in their position with DV. You know, they did whatever the fuck they did, but he had many, you know, he had many bitches, you know what I'm saying? So this when she pull up, she got on her little trench coat, honey. She ain't got no clothes up under it. She just got on her little lingerie. You feel me? Now he already know what it is. He know it's going down. She had been calling and talking about some, come get some of this head. I know you want this head. She was a good dick sucker. You know what I'm saying? So he already knew that she was about to come and give him that work, and did. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. So he usually don't trust motherfuckers because he already know what it is. You feel me? So he had slid his phone up under the motherfucking pillow, you know what I'm saying? But he took his other one in the shower with him. You know what I'm saying? He left the one that he already knew it was locked. She couldn't get in that motherfucker. But he went, he jumped in the shower real quick. He not knowing that this bitch is making phone calls while he in the motherfucking shower. Now, he stopped because he thought he heard her on the motherfucking phone. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped. He peeked out the door. She just, you know what I'm saying, laying there like, you know what I'm saying, like she sleep. she seen the light creep, you know what I'm saying, from the bathroom. So she act like she sleeps. She closed her eyes real quick and shit. So he closed the door back. She grabbed her phone again. She started texting, boom, 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 boom. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be leaving here in a minute. So he come back, you know what I'm saying, out the shower, whatnot. They lay there for a little bit for real talking, you know what I'm saying, like, cause he had knew her for a while. So they lay there talking and shit. She like, damn, I gotta go, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go. I gotta work tomorrow. So he like, damn, for real? He's like, but you don't go to work till tomorrow night, like she a stripper or whatnot. So she like, you, yeah, you know, but I told my mom I would go and I would help her do XYZ or whatever. He's like, all right, cool, no problem, shit. So she get in her motherfucking car and she leave. He leave too, but he don't motherfucking know. Like, you know what I'm saying, that a nigga didn't hit the lights on him. He spin the motherfucking block. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna go meet up with Johnny Smiles to talk about some more shit, you know what I'm saying, about another movie deal, and you know what I'm saying, let him know like he felt like he pressuring him, and he keep telling him he wanna do what he wanna do, but he also don't like how the way that he moving, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to tell him and talk to him about, you know, just looking at other shit and bringing other people aboard, and maybe having Stallion play a different role inside of the camp. You know what I'm saying? So that was what he was getting ready to do. He had already texted and told him, like, you know what I'm saying, called him like, nigga, I'm about to pull up. He like, all right. Before he can even pull up, he probably like 2 blocks away. So before he can even do that, nigga pulled up, hit the motherfucking light on him. The car just kept rolling. Roll, jumped the curb, hit a pole. You heard the horn. People started running outside and trying to see what the fuck was going on. All of a sudden, they seen the car hit the motherfucking block. They hit the block, turned the corner. They was like, damn, did y'all see that? They like, yeah. Motherfucker didn't want to say nothing. So that was that, you know what I'm saying? DV done got motherfucking shot. He got hit leaving the motherfucking hotel, bro. So they didn't call the police, the ambulance is coming. It was a whole bunch of shit going on. You know, like his movie was still set to come out. Movie still came out, gonna be coming out. They still, you know what I'm saying, brother still running the shoe store. They just trying to figure out what the fuck happened. But it was so many players in the motherfucking game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many players in the motherfucking game, like people, you know, don't know where to look. And so all of a sudden, motherfuckers start pointing fingers over here, start pointing fingers over there, start pointing fingers over here. Like, but some of the no name bitches started talking, you know, so they started talking, and before you know it, the strippers were just dropping. They was dropping, just turning up dead. Bitches was found in the lake. Bitches was found, you know what I'm saying, up under the bridge. Like, damn, they trying to figure it out. You know, like, what the fuck is going on? Meanwhile, Gremlin and Dinka was set to have another movie, but people didn't know that Dinka was behind the movie that Gremlin had coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, because they didn't know that they had a close relationship for real, because he felt like he could control Gremlin and Cha Cha, but he knew he could not control DV in the same way. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers start pointing the fingers. The little bitches came up dead. You know what I'm saying? The baby mamas was fucked up. It was a lot going on. Dot, 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 dot. What y'all think? Did y'all like it? What y'all think? Dot, 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 dot. They just came to dance. That's it. Them bitches was dropping dead. Darlene say she need the rest. Maybe we'll have a part two. Maybe we'll have a part two. That was a lot. with the cliffhanger. You wanted DV to live. All right, man. Yeah, I wanted to come on and just do that. I was up and shit. I'm like, shit, let me just do something. Yeah. Had your attention the whole way through. Gratitude, Miss Poison Ivy. Gratitude. You done rolled up and everything. Yeah. Shit, sometimes, bro. Sometimes art is a depiction of life. And sometimes life imitates art. Sometimes the lines get blurred in between. Gratitude. Yeah. Maybe we'll do another story time at some point, though. You know? All right, y'all. Get some motherfucking rest, bro. Get some rest. Love y'all to life. My chest is burning. I love y'all. Get some rest. Peace.